Today's podcast is sponsored by Microsoft's new podcast, Security Unlocked. Links down in the description below. That was round 2 because round 1 failed.
Oh, I'd love to have a 2020 greatest hits clip of your various podcasting fails. It would just bring a little extra cheer to the holidays.
I didn't come here to field today, but here we are. I'll tell you what I have tried to do, and I cannot get this to work, which is really frustrating. Which is a little... So this laptop right here, Surface Book 3, I have... The facial recognition is turned on. I want to turn it off because 90% of the time I'm using this thing, it's turned or concocted so that I can start it up and get this set up while I'm standing on the other side, and my mug is not in front of it. But it's not turning off.
What?
Really? So I open it up, I hit Windows face thing, I hit remove, and it's like it brings up like the Windows like log into your account little box thing. Like, look. Well, now it's just this is gonna be bad. But you know what? I don't know if you can see this. Like, can you see how the button's dark gray?
Yeah, no, it looks.
It's like it's pressed, but just nothing happens.
It's select, yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised this hasn't come up before, but Windows isn't always well written.
Well, now the whole thing is just frozen. This is it even says Windows Hello is preventing some options from being shown. Well, anyway, so
this is not why I don't use facial recognition. Yeah, it's not. I'm not going to claim that, but I don't.
Well, this is a unique scenario. Like I'm fully aware that why it doesn't work for me is like these 0.00001% of users, because who would be standing behind a laptop 5 days a week trying to log in while they're firing up XSplit and everything else? Anyways,
not to tell you how to lead your life or anything, but I mean, one thing you could do is just create a local account, use that for this purpose, and just don't require a login.
Yeah, but that doesn't work, though, because a lot of times I transfer files that I need down here for just other stuff, and I use OneDrive.
Well, you know what, then you can simmer in your own stupidity, because I can't help you, and neither can Microsoft. Too much?
It's 2 times the feels.
I know, I'm sorry. No, you know what, the problem is, it's like 26 degrees outside. I had to wear pants.
Yeah, Paul I logged in, he's like, I had to wear pants. I'm like, it is winter.
Pants. Look, I'll show them to you.
Oh, this whole thing is hosed now.
Well, not see that far down.
Wow.
I'm wearing pants, I promise.
I don't know where this podcast is going, but it's...
All right, Jeffrey Toobin, sit down, please. Okay. Maybe we should just start this one over.
No, hold on. My whole computer's crashing now. Like, this is really going to blow the whole camera thing out because it's solid white, but I don't know. Like, this is the whole computer.
I can't. What?
In the top left corner,
I see.
It says Microsoft Windows. This Microsoft Windows. Oh, that's even better. This application is not responding.
And that application is Microsoft Windows?
Yes.
I think you need to hard reset this puppy.
Well, here. Just all of Windows. If I hit I'm going to hit end process here. I don't know what's going to happen.
I tell you what's going to happen. It's going to go back to DOS.
It's just... I
knew it.
All right, now it's all black. Like, the whole thing's not completely hosed because this is still clearly working up here, which is...
I disagree, but...
I have a mouse.
Well, it's transmitting something from somewhere. Yeah, clearly what you've lost is the interactive UI bits.
Probably the shell crashed or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Something crashed.
You know what? I'm sure there's a firmware update out there coming or something.
Actually,
hard computer science problem.
No.
I don't know. What version of Windows are you on?
I think 98 SE.
Right. Those are the days.
Yeah. Speaking of other happy things, if you were waiting for part of Fluent to arrive in Teams, it was supposed to arrive by now, and it's not arriving until January. So
and we're all hinging our future on the arrival of Fluent in anything. Mm-hmm. Isn't Fluent coming to Microsoft Edge sometime this century?
Well, it's...
Yeah, with its rounded rectangle.
It's like Schrodinger's Fluent, right? It's here and not here.
Yes. Yep.
Also, Teams breakout rooms. I know I actually wanted to try to pull this up in this little thing, but my computer is completely host. Is now rolling out. So if you need breakout rooms, which we don't, but my wife sitting on the other side of this wall is like ecstatic about this feature. So this is going to be.
Well, right. I mean, this is something we'll never need. Well, I guess if our company is widely successful beyond our craziest dreams, someday we'll need breakout rooms. But today,
I think this specific episode is going to elevate our whole entire company to needing.
You think so?
Yeah, this is the one. This is the one that brings it home, right?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of.
So this is going to be interesting
category at this point. But what's happening?
So this is. I can still control. Like, it's not dead, but it's not alive.
You know, I don't know if you watch zombie movies, but like sometimes the zombies remember things from the past, so they go to their old house or they eat their dog or something. That's what your computer's doing. It's not alive. It's brain dead. You need to pull the plug.
I don't want to do that. And if you want to get some more knowledge in your head, which you should do, Security Unlocked is a new podcast from Microsoft security evangelists Nick and Natalia, and they take a closer look at the latest innovations in threat intelligence, security research, data science, with a special focus on demystifying artificial intelligence and machine learning. You can find links down in the description below. Actually, a bunch of people have listened to that and gotten some pretty good feedback. From it.
I've never heard from anyone who's like, I listened to this thing you guys have been promoting here, and it's terrible.
Yeah, no,
it's... No, I routinely hear from people like, I'm glad you guys talked about this, actually. It's really good. It is really good.
It is. It's the opposite of what we're doing right now.
Exactly. Well, here, let me turn this thing around, Brad. Okay, and the way I'll do this is by making, I guess, a public request for advice. So you remember back in August, I had the lightning strike.
Oh, yeah.
I think of it as my house, but I guess it hit the ground or the tree or something in front of the house, whatever. It severed my internet connection. Mm-hmm. Lost a bunch of stuff, right? A wireless charger, my Sonos Smart, what do you call it? A beam thing, whatever it is. But the worst one of all was my NUC, right? My most recent NUC was killed somehow in this. And so I've been kind of trying to clear out stuff in my office, and like I do from time to time. And the NUC is sitting there all sad and forlorn. And I thought, maybe I'll try to troubleshoot this. Mm-hmm. So I bought a replacement power supply, and I had to look this one up because NUCs have different power supplies, and the one I had is, I think it's an H series processor. It actually has a much beefier power supply than the previous NUCs. And I found it, and is a common supplier of these third-party parts. Like Intel doesn't make power supplies anyway. And it arrived. It did absolutely nothing. And so I thought, and this is like a mechanic who knows nothing about a person who is not a mechanic and literally knows nothing about a car. Their car breaks down, and they open the hood, and they kind of stare inside, and they're never going to fix anything. I don't know. That's me inside of a computer. So I opened the thing up, and I looked to see if maybe there was a little burn mark or something, or I don't know. I don't know what I was looking for. But the one thing I noticed was with the replacement power supply, there's a green light on the motherboard that comes on when you plug it in, right? And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I'm like, wait a minute. If that does that, that means I could test whether my existing power supply works, and it's meaning the problem is almost certainly inside the computer. And so I tested it with the original power supply, and that green light did come on. So it's not the power supply. So I'm going to return that. That's good. So that's good. Step one. But like something came on inside the computer. So when I hit the power button, like nothing happens.
Yeah.
So the problem has to be related to that process. Like power is making its way to the machine. Like no fan comes on or anything like that.
Yeah. But it's acknowledging that it's connected to a source.
Yeah, so I'm just curious if anyone has any ideas. Off the top of my head, the only thing I can think to do about this, because there's no way this is under any warranty or anything like that, although maybe I should check into that, is I guess I could bring it to a local place, which I've never done. But what the hell? I mean, so anyway, if anyone or you or anyone has any thoughts on what I should do next, because I very much would prefer to be using this computer. To the tune, like Intel any day now is supposed to announce new NUCs.
Yeah.
I might just...
Were there any lights on the front of the PC that would come on previously?
They don't. Nothing comes on. Yeah, so normally when you press the power button, because I'm using the older NUC now, so there's a blue light with that power icon shape that comes on. Plus, I don't know if it makes a beep or anything, but the first time you turn it on, like the fans will wind up a little bit, just for 1 second, and then you'll start seeing the little activity light for I guess it's not the hard drive, but the SSD. But yeah, nothing. There's no sound. There's no click. There's no.
Is there? And I don't know enough about NUCs. Is there a?
It's just a laptop. Think of it as an Intel literal reference design. That's all it is.
Is there a power switch on the actual motherboard itself?
A power.
So switch. Like the machine I built upstairs, there's actually a secondary power switch. It's actually on the motherboard itself that you can press. Okay.
That could be. No, not it. So I took out the memory. The way this thing is designed, the light that comes on is.
Oh yeah, I don't think that's gonna have one.
Well, but the thing is, this is the bottom, right? So what you're seeing, it is on the bottom. So that stuff is facing down.
Gotcha.
You can remove the top, and then you have to remove a plate inside, and you can get to. I'll call it the top of the motherboard, but yeah, I mean, there could be something there, sure. So maybe that would be the next step is to fully take it apart.
Yeah, I was gonna say the next thing I would take a look at is just to see if the actual power button on the front,
like a what do you call it? Like a something flipped just from the power surge, maybe like a. Yeah, I don't know. I'd give anything for this to come back to life. I'd be so happy. And then after that, I can get started on my Ethernet.
So, machine update, nothing's happened. I've still just got. I wonder if I control delete this. What happens? Nope.
I think you need to accept the level of success you have already, and then when this is over, pull the plug. Yeah.
I'm going to have to be doing like a hard hold this button down for a few minutes, and then it goes. But I don't know. I don't get it. Because I still have the mouse. Like, can I get the mouse over here? Yeah, look, you can even see. Oops, that's you. You see the mouse barely moving around right in the middle of the word ring.
There it is.
Yeah, so it's like something happened. My files are probably not right where I left them. Now the problem is, how do I get back over to that thing? Uh-oh. I might have done goofed. Okay. I thought we have a...
What? This better be good.
Of all the things that you would expect to open...
Oh, you're still talking about you did. I thought something happened out in the world.
No, I can't even see the world. All that happened is Teams opened and Task Manager.
That's all. What else do you need?
Yeah, Teams? I mean, this is it. This is right. This is the Microsoft's future. I live in... Can I make this full screen?
Next to Windows 10, you're going to be able to Alt-tab not just between Edge browser tabs, but also Teams conversations.
So, funny enough, I can make this thing full screen Teams, and I could just use that. I do have Task Manager open. I don't know what is dead.
You're never going to find out Task Manager. What? I'm sorry. I think it's cute that you think you can troubleshoot this problem. Much as you probably think it's cute that I can troubleshoot it.
Remember, if you see a capacitor in there, lick it. That's the step one to...
Well, plug it in first. Don't be stupid.
Oh, wow. I have like a 1995 looking Alt-tab thing.
I'm going to be take some screenshots of this if you can.
I don't know if I can take a screenshot. I can definitely
Windows E plus print screen. The screen will flash briefly.
Well, I took an actual photo.
There you go. Or you could do that like an iPhone user. Too much.
Here we are yet again, just questioning myself. Where?
It feels like Monday morning, even though it's Tuesday morning. Also, we're getting a snowpocalypse. By the way, when I used to live in Boston, they would always have these maps of the snow to come, and it would be like darker colors for the worst snow, and they would be in these kind of obloid shapes. And where I lived in Dedham was always like right in the middle of the purple, darkest, awful, So we moved here. And now there's one of these maps, and it stretches all the way from Washington, D.C. to Boston. Same thing, same shape, same colors, except now Allentown, which is the city right next to where I live, is in the center of the Lehigh Valley, is literally in the center of this giant purple shape. And now they're talking Look, it could be 6 inches. I pray to God that it is. We could be getting 2 feet of snow. 2.
Well, I think we know where I stand on this prayer scale of what you're going to get.
I have one word to say in response to that. One word. Bengals.
Oh, well, that, see, like that doesn't even faze me anymore because it's
Bengalesque.
It was great. They were playing the Cowboys, and like all season long, every time the Bengals
Cowboys,
lost.
remind me, they don't have a quarterback.
The Bengals don't actually. The Cowboys don't either. The Cowboys have the Bengals' old quarterback Andy Dalton, who is playing. So it was like a homecoming, except actually he came home and won a game, which is unusual.
That must have been weird for you guys.
I think we were all happy just because he got treated pretty bad.
He can win games.
Yeah, and so I finally got to live up the hype of, hey, the Bengals are actually a lot worse than the Cowboys, and I had to explain to people on Twitter yet again that the Bengals are not a bad team. They're a bad franchise.
They're a bad organization. Yeah,
like
exactly.
this is.
If you haven't done this, by the way, do watch there's a great clip of the last 6 minutes of the Ravens Browns game from last night. There were 4 scores in this time.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's actually pretty awesome. It's worth watching.
Yeah, which just coincidentally, like the Bengals league division that they're in is like playing phenomenally. Like Pittsburgh's doing really like the Browns are doing well. Like everybody's doing well, and then there's the Bengals.
Well, that's what the Patriots had to deal with. But, then again, they were also, what were they doing? Oh, winning. Yeah, winning.
You too can also be a winner by listening and subscribing to Security Unlocked. Links down in the description below or aka.ms/securityunlocked.